Mr. Devon, do you think you could work a little more diligently? I'm not sure who brought you to this company to work here with that other idiot of yours, but this is not some children's playground. If you and he don't start to pick up the slack on your end, this company's going to be in trouble.
Hello, Jackson. Are you talking about today? I suppose I got in your way today, so I'm sorry if I caused anything to happen with you and your work.
I'm being serious here. Stop fooling around. What you're doing here is going a bit too far with that attitude. Do you really think that working with this company means nothing to you?
Huh? No. I think of all of this as a huge deal for both companies involved. Why would you think I don't have any respect for the work done here?
Because of what I've seen from you. I'm working hard to make sure that all my work gets done, and you just come along as a useless employee bringing along another of your useless buddies. You want to experience more in the business world, do you? Stop messing around and just get your job done. That might help you learn what the real working world is like.
I'm sorry, but that wasn't my intention in coming here. But you should be aware that everyone's existence in certain things may vary depending on where they're from. And I was just hoping that today we could work together on gaining more understanding.
And that's the reason why I'm telling you to not come around me again. You know dang well that we are not the same in any way, and in my case, I don't have the time to work with you in gaining new skills or anything like that. If you think that you want to be a customer to me and this company, go find another person to care for you.
I'm not sure what all I did to cause such a fuss, but I'm sorry. But I'm also very serious about my work as a more recent employee in this sort of business. And I was just hoping that you and I could work together on this. I will try harder to be less intrusive in your work, so can you please let this go just this one time?
This alone has shown me that you're going to be a problem for me.
Huh?
You guys need to take a step back and look at the position that you're all in. I'm a busy man with a lot of work on my hands, and yet you believe that I'd be willing to make time to school you on how to do your job? Impossible.
I didn't mean it as though you had to hold my hand or anything. I just wanted someone that could look over and make sure that things were going smoothly. I didn't think asking that of you would have caused you to become so upset.
You really are just screwing around, Devon. I'm telling you that isn't the problem here. What I mean is that you don't understand the relationship of working with other customers.
Understood. My apologies.
Heck, you're the worst. Today, I have plans to go out with a young and beautiful woman at a high-end French restaurant for dinner. But now you've made me feel like crap. How are you going to take responsibility for what you've done?
I did hear that you had gotten married recently, so today was the day you'd be going out with your wife for a nice night out. I'm so sorry for ruining your mood on the day of such an important occasion. I assure you, though, that if you just calm down a little, your night with her will not be ruined.
Wrong! Today I plan to go on a date with my girlfriend. I've grown tired of going out with my wife for dinner, and recently we haven't even had any dates. I'm sure that all of this talk about high-end dinners and going on dates is a bit too much for some moneyless idiot, right?
Huh? Is your wife aware that you have a girlfriend?
Why would she need to know about that? I knew that someone of your likes wouldn't know a dang thing about the real world. Men like me that have money are allowed to have multiple women that they're free to play around with. But this is all far beyond anything you could imagine.
Well, there isn't anyone that does that sort of thing around me. I guess I thought something like that was like committing a crime in a way. Considering how your wife might feel about something like that, you might want to stop seeing other women.
Devin, that's just what men are like. You can't go out saying things like that. But I get it. You're not like other men and can't understand what's going on here. After all, you're in some other world where only idiots dwell.
I don't want to understand whatever world you're living in.
Well, whatever, man. Talking with you about all this has been boring. For the time being, if I see you do anything as rude as what you did today, I'll have the CEO know about it and have you fired.
You'd have me fired? Who would be able to do that to me?
All I have to do is tell my CEO about you, and he'll make sure that you're gone. Now be careful, man.
Understood.
You made your way to the office today, and I wasn't even able to see you at all. I'm really sorry about that. How was everything for you?
Good to see you, Michael. Well, hey, I have something to tell you about that Jackson guy that works for you. He really thinks himself as someone big there, doesn't he?
Ah, right. He's a bit of a problem, isn't he? Did something happen between you two?
Well, about that, I brought my nephew along with me today. He said that he wanted to see what it was like within your company and all that.
Oh, you did mention something about doing that today, so you did end up bringing him along.
Yeah, and when Jackson saw me bringing him with me into the office today, he asked me for my number and all that. And what at first I thought would be him asking me some questions about work and things like that turned out to be him making a lot of harsh remarks about me and my nephew. He acted like we were both new hires or something and asked if I was fooling around with my work.
Dang, that guy. He really doesn't read the atmosphere at all. Not only does he rarely get any work done here, but he thinks he means something to this company. Even today, he never came to me to report any of the work he'd gotten done. So that means all he did today was use the time he had while in the office to complain to you?
That's what it seems like to me. He just came out of nowhere with all this. Although when I had talked to him at the office and asked to work with him for a little bit, he did have a slight attitude towards me, which he later followed up with saying that the office wasn't a child's playground.
That must all be because you brought your nephew with you, huh? Why does he think it's acceptable to act that way? I'm sure that there was something else going on with him that put him in a bad mood. I think you can just forget about what he said today and move on from it.
That's totally fine with me, but is he always like that?
Well, he has always been the kind of guy to think that he's above a lot of other people. But that's the funny thing, right? When you really think about it, you're far above him in this world.
That's right. I'm sure that he is just that kind of a person, but I'm surprised that he had no clue who I was. Makes me think that he mistook me for someone else.
Man, he really did do something pretty unacceptable today. Honestly, having him within this company makes my job a lot harder. And with him always having these sudden fits of thinking he's superior to everyone else, it really does show just how awful of a person he is to be around.
So, why don't you have him taken care of? I'm sure that he'd be gone in no time after all he's done.
Well, I'm just worried about what would happen after that. I don't want to think about the spite he'd have against us here. And it's already normal for him to be as irritating as he is.
I see.
Really, the best outcome would be if he ended up quitting the job he has here.
That's a good point. Well, I can see now what's going on there. If I happen to run into him again, maybe I can talk a bit more sense into him. If it makes any difference, I can tell him some things that'll help him settle down a bit.
That would be really helpful.
I'll let you know the next time I plan to visit.
Seeing how shocked you were was just the icing on the cake. Thinking you're some high-end man coming to a sushi restaurant as impressive as that.
I was thinking what happened to me, leaving me as shocked as I was warranted. And what made you think that you had to do something like that to me?
I did that because you're getting too far ahead of yourself now. I came to have a wonderful sushi dinner today with my girlfriend, and the restaurant is not the sort of place for a useless idiot like you to be showing up to.
Excuse me?
This is the restaurant I frequent quite often, and I will not let some poor person come in. I think that me throwing that huge sushi roll at your head should be more than enough to teach you to never come again.
That's what I thought was going on. I was in awe by the fact that you would throw something like a plate with sushi on it at me. But after sitting down to bandage up the cuts you left on me, I had time to think about you as a person. That's when I knew this was all because of your misunderstanding.
Ah? Tell me again that this was all due to my misunderstanding?
Jackson, you'll no longer be allowed to go into work.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you see who you're talking to right now?
Yes, I know exactly who I'm talking with. And right now I'm going to tell your CEO about what's happened. And because of that, you can expect to never be allowed back into work again starting tomorrow.
What makes you think that'll happen? Stop talking all that nonsense and listen up.
I think all this nonsense will make a bit more sense for you in the coming days. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow.
Listen, is this just you screwing with me because you couldn't handle a little rice on your suit? You might think you'll get me all worked up over the crap you're saying, but when it's coming from someone with no money, I have no need to get worked up. Do you even think my CEO would listen to you?
I assumed you wouldn't believe me.
Do you think you have the influence to do anything about me? Time for you to settle down and shut up. And one more thing for you. Were you looking to try and steal my beautiful girlfriend today?
What are you even talking about? Just enjoy the rest of your night with that lovely woman you brought with you. Be aware that tomorrow you'll get the chance to see the reality of what you've created.
Hey, what the hell's going on? I was just told by one of the higher-ups that I'm on the way to being fired, and I can't even use my ID to get into the office anymore. What the hell did you do to me?
I made sure to have you fired.
I told you I've had enough of this nonsense. There's no way a lowlife like you could ever have me fired like this.
Well, I can. After all, I'm not some low-level employee like you think. Rather, I'm the representative of my company.
Huh? What are you saying now?
I'm sure that something like that would be too difficult for you to understand, correct? But you don't need to worry about whether you can understand who I am or not anymore. You have no relation to either of the companies anymore, so just be on your merry way.
Huh? Are you being serious right now? This has to be some sort of game, right?
If this were a joke, then how come you were told that you were on the path to being fired? Furthermore, why would you be unable to access the office with your ID?
I'm so sorry for what I did to you yesterday. I had assumed you were just some low-life contractor or something, but you really are the rep of that company. I didn't know a thing about that, and I'm so sorry.
It's amazing how quickly the tables have turned on you.
Allow me to please come and apologize to you formally.
I don't need any of that from you. After this, you and I will never cross paths again, I'm sure.
I'm so frickin' sorry for everything I've done and said to you. I believe now that I was completely in the wrong for everything, and so can you find some way to at least let me keep this job? Can't you find it in your heart to forgive me just a little bit for what happened?
Whether I was just some random person or the leader within this company, I would never forgive you for what you did. You thought it was acceptable to throw a whole sushi roll and a plate at someone like that. Someone that thinks like that will never be allowed to work around me.
Please don't say scary things like that. What happened then? You could say that it might have had to do with me having a small outburst or something.
Is that all that was? Even though before you assaulted me, you were having a great time with that girlfriend of yours? It looked to me like you two were having a great time.
Well...
That's not all, Jackson. There are a lot of claims coming in from all sorts of people that have worked with you before. You seem to have been very relaxed in the workplace while everyone else was trying hard to get work done. Some would say too relaxed even, and you made that very well known to all of them.
You've heard things like that about me too? Who would be talking about me that way?
If you knew who said that to me, what would you do to them? Would you do the same as you've done to me and assault them when they're least expecting it? Hit them with food items or dining ware?
I would never do that to anyone!
Well, it's because of things like that you're going to be immediately terminated from that company.
Wait, please! If that happens to me, my wife will learn about what's happened!
Are you talking about how you have another woman behind your back? Well, whether it's sooner or later, she's going to find out eventually. Wouldn't you say this is perfect timing for it? I told you before, didn't I? That you should stop dating another woman.
You're being too merciless with me right now!
It's because of you that one of my most nicest suits was ruined. And on top of that, sustained 2 cuts to my neck where the plate shattered. I wouldn't say something like me being merciless. Rather, I'd say I'm giving you a taste of your own medicine.
I'm so very sorry, Devin. I'm asking you to please forgive me just a little.
I'm sure that you only think that I'm the one that'll be tough on you, but remember that I'm not the only person you've ticked off with your gross attitude. I'm sorry, but I am not going to let you continue to cause them any more trouble like you've caused me. Now hurry up and understand the position you're in, and prepare to get a fresh breath of hell's air. After that, Jackson tried his hardest to talk with Devin more about how horrible he had acted, and that he wanted to apologize for everything. However, Devin was having none of it, and told him that he had far more important work to attend to. And just like that, Jackson was fired from his job, which his wife soon heard about, and at that moment she also learned of the woman that he had been going out with behind her back. He may have lost his job and will soon lose his wife as well, and once he's learned just how far he's fallen from being on the so-called top, he'll have to start finding himself a new job. But for someone with as twisted of a heart as he has, this new life goes perfectly with him.
Susan, I wanted to congratulate you on your marriage today. Even someone with the looks of you is able to get married, I see. I know that might now be a surprise to some, but to me, I never thought you'd ever have a chance of getting married. I've had enough of this already. You're being really rude right now, Amy, and I haven't even said anything to you yet. Can't you at least be a little bit more nice to me on today of all days? I have no reason to be nice to you, even if today is a special day for you, especially when all you are is a lecturing old hag. Come on now, do you still think that I've been lecturing you about everything all this time? I don't even remember one moment where I've been annoying to you in any way. I'm not making up anything about you, though. But listen, Susan, at your age now, you shouldn't want to be lecturing people on how to live their lives anymore, right? It's not even like that, though. I don't go around every day lecturing people on how to live their lives, and the only time I think I ever lectured you was long ago, right? Sure, you can think that all you want, Susan, but I know that you can never get enough of making other people feel bad when they're with you. Amy, I'm starting to remember the incident that happened that may be behind you thinking I'm always lecturing you. It was back when you parked your bicycle in a no parking zone and didn't move it out of there when I told you to. I was just warning you then to move it out of that spot. I wasn't trying to lecture you at first, but you never listened to me and started to get all worked up about it like I was asking you to cut off your finger or something. No. I know that it said not to park bikes or anything in that spot, but everyone still parks their bikes and stuff there, and not a single person has had to pay a fine or anything for it yet. You have no idea how this world works anymore, so please stop trying to lecture me on every little thing. I get that you weren't asking me much, but I don't want to hear it from you when I'm an adult myself. I know when and where I can park my dang bikes, so you should have just let me be. I've said the same thing back then as I'll say now. You parking your bike there was not the problem. You are going to have a kid of yours really soon, and I don't want you to be teaching them bad things like not respecting what signs say. Do you not realize what kind of a bad influence that'll have on them as they get older? You're so dang annoying. This is why you are such a lecturing old hag to me. Are you going to continue talking to me like this all day on your wedding day? If that's the case, then you might just want to stop this all now and call off your wedding. I'm sure nobody wants to come to the wedding of someone that won't stop acting like a witch to her sister-in-law. The only reason I'm talking to you like this now is because you were the one to text me first. There is something seriously wrong with you. You are still upset over something that happened over 2 years ago, and have since then acted as though I'm always harping on you about things when I rarely even talk to you anymore. And I'm going to keep talking about that event for the rest of the time. It's fun watching your reaction to it, and I'll make sure to come up with an even worse name for you next time based off it. Well, anyway, congrats on getting married, Susan. I'm praying that you have the worst day of your life at that wedding ever. What the hell? Jeez.
Did Amy say something to you again, Susan? Really, she should realize that on a day like today, she's better off just leaving you alone, right?
Seriously, Leonard, you need to go and say something to her about the way she's acting. You're her older brother, and if anything, you should be the actual person lecturing her like she says I'm always doing.
But if I were to start talking to her about this and asking her to stop, things would only escalate. And it seems that her husband has really been enjoying his time with her.
What? What does her husband even have to do with this? You really are a no-good older brother to her. Do you even notice how much crap I have to go through with Amy every day of my life? She's starting to call me a lecturing old hag now, Leonard.
Wow. I assumed you meant she was calling you far worse things than that.
Huh? I will not allow someone to call me a lecturing old hag on the day of my wedding. I don't care how cute of a little sister she is to you. I'm not going to let her get away with acting like a brat all the time around me.
Well, perhaps it's better that you just ignore everything she's doing instead?
You think I can ignore her? You want me to ignore all the horrible things she's saying to me when you and I are financially supporting that couple all the time? I don't even want to help them anymore if she's just going to keep acting like a total cunt.
Yeah, well, about that.
Well, what about that? I'm sure that you really just want to love her and let things be the way they are because you're her older brother, but I don't feel any love for her right now. Because all I get in return is hate anytime I talk with her. I've had enough of this. I am no longer going to hand them any more of my money. You go ahead and do it yourself.
I can't do this all by myself. You know that with the money I make, it won't mean much to them. Also, you have to remember that we're helping them. Not because she's my little sister, but because her husband has been through some tough times. The company he's in has had this huge restructuring, and right now, he's not making nearly as much as he used to. I mean, look, he's not even going to be able to come to the wedding today because he's so stressed about work. And if it's not the stress, it might be his depression really getting to him now. I just want to help him make his life a little more bearable.
And I myself like him as a person, so you don't have to sell me on that. But the fact that he has to have Amy around him all day might be adding to his pain and discomfort, right? I mean, she is the worst wife imaginable to him, and he probably knows that.
But he's told me himself that things are totally fine between them. And from our shoes, there's not much we can really do about them.
My God, this is supposed to be the most amazing day of our lives today, but I'm not feeling amazing whatsoever. I'm not made for crap like this, Leonard, so we need to do something to stop it.
I know that, and I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and have a talk with her about perhaps not taking things so over the edge today.
I really want you to be making that clear to her more often, okay? I've had enough of Amy and her attitude. Hey, your wedding will be starting soon, right? There is still a little more time before things kick off. What? Do you still have something you'd really like to say to me? I just wanted to say that I think all the people on your side of the family seem really poor and all really basic. Just a second ago, I got a good look at some people coming into the reception hall from outside. And, well, everyone looks as though they have nothing better going on in their lives. You could say that they're all just uncool looking. You know, I really don't mind you talking bad about me all the time, but now you're going to talk bad about my family and friends? Could you please stop that right now? What? Wow. Listen, I'm not trying to talk bad about them all in any way. Rather, I'm just telling you the truth. Man, and just when I was thinking things for you would get better, you had to invite all these losers to your wedding. I'm sure they've all gotten you lots of money and presents to be here, right? I can't believe that for a second, coming from people like them. I don't really need you to believe it. I get that you hate me for whatever reasons you have, so can you shut it? I'm going to be giving you some money as well for today, so telling me to shut up is just hurtful. I've never seen a bride as upsetting as you are. If people online were to see how you're treating me, you'd get canceled for sure. No matter what you think of me, the only one who'd be canceled is you. I'm sure that'd be the case. And since we're on the topic of me giving some money as a present to you, I made sure to give you 5 whole cents. Huh? You and I are both close, right? And so I made sure to give you those 5 cents to remind you just how much I love you. But sadly, you'll only get to be around me a little longer now, all right? Huh? What do you mean I'll only be around you a little longer? What? Today's the day of my wedding, and after this I'm supposed to be your sister-in-law, right? And that may be the case, but I want you and my brother to break up as soon as possible after. And I've made sure to pray for my brother to find himself a far better woman after he's done with you. I cannot believe this. What the hell happened to you that turned you into such a vile jerk? It was you acting like a total loser that made me turn into this, right? Anybody would be as mean as I am now after having to be lectured by you all the time. There should be no reason for you to be that way. Unbelievable. Are you the same way with your husband that you are around all the time? What do you mean by that? He and I are both a very happy couple, Susan. Right now, there is just a lot of stuff going on at his job, and so he has to go there every day and night. And I'm going to stay by his side through all of it, supporting him through every step of the way. I'm not really sure that's true, though. Huh? You're being a bit rude now, Susan. You have no idea what's going on in our private lives, so would you please stop commenting on it? You have no right saying that. What? Now you're going to start lecturing me like that again? How awful. I've given you so much money as a gift for your wedding, and you're going to start treating me like that? You gave me a lot. All you gave me was 5 cents out of your pocket. But when it comes to your wedding, Susan, 5 cents is a lot of money, right? I mean, I hate you a lot and plan on leaving before the start of the wedding anyway. Well, then I'm done sending you guys any more money. Huh? I've had it with you, Amy. It's over. You and your husband are no longer getting any money from me. Wait, hold on a second. Why do you think you get to decide something like that by yourself? The person sending us all this money is my brother, so he gets to decide that. You have no right telling him what to do with his money. He and I are both married now, so it's our money now. So I do have a right to say what I want done with the money. Are you saying you're not going to help us anymore because you don't like me? Well, then what'll happen to my husband because of this? Right now he's working his butt off. He can't even be here for the wedding because he has to work so much. If you guys stop sending us money, he's not going to be able to start the company back up properly. Actually, Amy, I just got done talking with your husband about that. Huh? I was a little worried about how he was doing, so both Leonard and I called him to see what was up. And when he answered his phone, he told us his fever is starting to go down a little, but he's still coughing nonstop. That's not what you think. He thinks he can be back into work next week or so, but he apologized to us for not being able to make it to the wedding. What the hell is going on here? You told me he was having to work a lot, and that's why he can't be here. However, in reality, he is completely depressed about everything, and that's why he can't be here, right? Well, it's because he has that cold right now that's made him really sad and depressed. It's really hard on him, right? He can't even go to the hospital because we don't have the money for it, and that's why we need to continue getting some from you guys. Well, he told us that he'll be getting back to work next week. What was that all about? I thought you said he was working hard to get the company back together and wasn't making any money right now. Well, he's just trying to make things look better than they are. How much longer are you planning on lying about things to me? What you've been up to is the worst of the worst. I'm not sure what you're thinking of the two of us, but I am not lying about anything, all right? I've just been thinking a lot about my husband and have asked my brother to help us financially since my husband can't. You knew that your husband was having a hard time with work at the moment and have been using that situation to get money from Leonard. And the reason why he wasn't able to come today was due to him being sick right now, but you used this chance to try and solidify the lie even more by saying he was working right now. Right? No, that's not it at all. I've already spoken with Leonard about this, and we're not sending you any more money. So now you can live with that reality in your head. I will not allow you both to do that to me. That was all just a lie from him. I'm going to talk with my brother right now and hear what he has to say. Go ahead and talk with your brother. Hey, Leonard, right now Susan is saying all kinds of strange things about you that I don't like. She keeps talking about how she's not going to send us money anymore. That's all a lie, right?
We're done sending you money. Why wouldn't we stop after hearing what your husband said? We spoke with him over the phone earlier. His company never went through any kind of restructuring, and he never ended up losing a lot of his pay because of it.
Well, that was all...
And you talking about him working his butt off all the time was also a lie, right? He told us that he had a cold today, and that's why he wasn't able to come to the wedding. You really wanted money from me that badly? So you made a huge lie like this?
Hey, I had no other choice, all right? I've been needing money for a while now. Normally, if I asked you for money, you'd never send me anything because you're a penny pincher, right? So it's your fault that I had to resort to telling you a lie like that.
What was that? You better calm it down right now before I come find you and make this all better in 1 quick second. Do you not see how messed up you seem right now, saying things like that to me?
So, you guys are really going to stop sending me money now, right? You're not going to help me financially anymore, right?
That's right. Your husband didn't even know about how Susan and I have been sending you money this whole time. You've been keeping all that money to yourself then, right? We are not going to be used like tools by somebody as heartless as you.
I never meant to keep all the money you sent to myself, though. I wanted to talk with him about it properly, but, well, I never found the right time to talk with him about it.
No matter what you say now, I'm not giving you any more money. Susan's already pissed at me for having helped you this long, and I can see why now. Amy, what the hell was up with you treating Susan like that all the time when she's been helping me give you money?
And I told you all about that before, right? I'm not going to sit here and let some loser like her yell at me and try to lecture me all the time.
A loser? All she did was tell you not to park your bike in an area that clearly stated that you couldn't park your bike there. She's not a loser for that. She's a responsible adult. Something you still can't seem to grasp the idea of.
She cannot get that upset at me over it, though. It was just a bike. I was parking there.
And it said, "No bikes" on the sign. The way you acted towards my wife is wild to me, and something I never expected from you. I know that I messed up by leaving things like this for the longest time now, but the fact that even after 2 years, you're still causing trouble for her, I can't just leave things be the way they are anymore.
I see what's going on here. You're going to side with your wife now and throw your little sister away, huh?
Yep. After all I've seen from you, I can't help you anymore. No matter how you try and spin this, you've been in the wrong this whole time anyway.
You're the worst. You are a total freak of an older brother. I hope you burn in hell for this.
You're even worse than I thought 2 seconds ago.
Hey, you need to do something about this now. I get that I did something wrong here, so go and get my brother to calm down now. I did something wrong? Sorry, Amy, but I'm not going to help you out of this mess. I just had a great talk over the phone with your husband, and I told him everything that's wrong with you and your personality. Huh? Right now it seems that your husband is ticked off, so are you sure you'll be okay? I'm getting a call from him right now. I think it's best you answer that call and apologize to him, right? If you don't start taking responsibility for what you've done, he might divorce you. Why are you doing all of this crap to me? You are a totally disgusting woman, if I can even call you a woman anymore. I haven't done anything wrong here. All I'm doing is acting like an adult and handling a bad situation involving you as at the center of it all. Now, before you whine at me anymore, you should really answer that call and talk to him. For crying out loud! Hey, what am I going to do? He told me he won't forgive me for this. He even began to talk about divorcing me. I'm asking you to please do something that'll change his mind. No thanks. I think he's on the right path getting a divorce from you. There's no point in him keeping you as his wife. You should be done with that now, right? I mean, you don't have to send me any more money now, right? This isn't about the money I've sent anymore, but about how you dug yourself a huge hole and won't be getting out of it. Whether this all had to do with you being in some debt or something, you deserve what's coming for you for lying to all of us like that. Huh? What do you mean debt? Well, listen to this. I was walking around the wedding and listening to others who were talking amongst each other, and I overheard something from someone I assume is one of your friends. She said to one of her other friends that right now you're working as a stripper and have a lot of debt you're trying to pay off, right? What? I get it all now. That's the reason you made such a big lie about it and wanted all that money from your brother and I. Well, no matter what the reason was, you're going to get what you asked for. This is all going to be the fruits of your horrible labors. No, that was just some kind of stupid joke she must have been telling. I have never once been a stripper in my life, all right? And actually, can you tell me who is saying that? They can't be saying things like that when my sister-in-law is around. Well, I've already heard what I needed to hear from them, and right now I've been texting all of that to your husband for you. Hey! Why the hell would you do something like that? You are a total witch. You're going to make my life a total living hell now. And I told you that you deserve all of this. You need to find yourself a better job now, use that to pay off your debt, and then you'll be a lot better off, all right? Shut the hell up. All you've done to me is ruin my life, Susan. Can you at least get my brother to come to an understanding here? What? This is fake, right? What? What's going on? I'm not able to get a call through to him. It's telling me that the contact has blocked me. Wait, really? I think your brother's had enough of you. Which is funny because he always liked you a lot as his little sister before today. This is all screwed up. I just wanted to come here and enjoy his wedding with him today. This is all completely screwed up. I'm going to go and tell my mom and dad about this. That's not going to happen. You're no longer allowed to come back into the wedding. Huh? Actually, just a second ago, Leonard went and opened that present from you, and he opened it to only find 5 cents. And that letter you wrote to me saying all sorts of horrible slander about me, he was completely speechless reading that. He told me it was like reading a hate letter from an elementary schooler. And so what? I was just playing around a little with that gift and letter. And, well, your parents got to see him open that present up and read the letter. Neither of your parents looked very pleased with you anymore. I don't think either of them ever thought their own daughter would do something like this at her older brother's wedding. Wait, no! That letter was aimed at you and only you! It doesn't matter who it was meant for. And since that happened, your family told the staff you are no longer allowed to come into this wedding. So can you please be quiet and just go home for me now? You told me already that before the wedding started, you'd be going anyway, right? But that was... Look, you are being really mean to me. The only one that's been mean today is the person that only gave 5 cents as a present at a wedding and then proceeded to write a letter saying vulgar things about the bride. For the rest of the day, you won't be able to come into this building, so just get lost. Not even Mom or Dad will answer their phones now. How could they? I'm going to be all alone after this. And that's the way you belong. It sucks, but you asked for all of it. Maybe this time you'll learn to act like a responsible adult and start a new life with new people that'll learn to like you. This is all the worst. Why are you talking to me like this doesn't affect you at all? You may have been really upset with me because I always lectured you like you think, but look at it this way. Now I won't be around you anymore for you to have to listen to me teach you how to be a good person. I think when I'm not there anymore warning you about what you should be doing, you'll understand why I was trying to help you. What are you talking about? You have no right saying that to me now, and I'm never going to have anyone around me again. Well, I was just telling you how things will be. Now, the wedding is going to be starting really soon here. Hey, hold on a moment. Please help me out here. No way. I can't anymore. I hope you can find yourself a new lecturing old hag to be there for you when you need to learn a lesson. After that, Amy realized that she was indeed not able to get herself back into the wedding and had to go back to her house with tears rolling down her face. Her husband was pissed by what he learned about her doing, and so he had a divorce paper ready to go for her when she got back to the house. But instead of beginning to try and apologize to him over what had happened, she began to start making up even more excuses for all of it. And seeing her not even take responsibility still for what she'd done, the flame he had in his heart for her was finally extinguished. As she stood there continuing to go off about how this was all my fault or all my husband's fault, he took her by the hand and told her to get all her things and leave. She stood there in disbelief at what he was saying to her, but right before she began to get upset with him, he put her outside the apartment and began to get all her things together with the door locked. And only a few minutes after that, he opened the door, handed her all her things, and then slammed it right in her teary-eyed face. With Amy now being kicked out of his apartment for good, she tried to go to her brother to get his help with all of this again. But he never unblocked her after what she'd said to him, so ever since the wedding, she's had no way of getting in touch with him. She doesn't even know the address of the place we're living in right now, so she had no choice but to head back to her parents' place. And with the help of her parents, they got her a job working at a factory in town and are forcing her to work there until she's paid off every penny of her debt. It's been a year now since that all took place, but even now it doesn't seem like she's learned much from the wrongs she'd done. And so even to this day, she goes around blaming others for her problems, and it makes me really sad for her, to be honest. She'll go to people at the factory complaining about how her whole family is against her, and will even go to whatever friends she has left asking them if they know who it was that was talking about her in a bad way at the wedding for me to overhear. I just can't believe there are people on this planet who are so self-centered as her, who think they can get away with anything and they'll never be to blame if caught. But I guess if she still hasn't learned now, then she's never going to turn out to be a decent human and really can go rot in hell like she should have done a long time ago. As for Leonard and myself, we were able to have a fantastic wedding back then. And even after a year, we're still together, feeling as though we only got married yesterday. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to Leonard about how I want to have a baby soon. And I'll see what kind of response I'll get from him then. As for Amy's now ex-husband, he's given up on wanting a partner for the rest of his life and has decided to stay a bachelor for life, only focusing on his job. And I really can't blame him for that, since the last woman he was with was a total witch and never seemed to give any thought about him. I know I really shouldn't need to say this now, but when it comes to someone like Amy, I really do hope I never ever have to see her face ever again.
Kenzie, for someone your age, you look very young.
Thank you for coming out today, Luke. You think that I look young for my age? Well, thank you so much for saying that.
I can tell that a lot of people your age are getting married and having kids now. And by the way you were acting today, I can see you really are wanting to get married to my son. You have taken really good care of your figure and everything, so be assured that you will get a husband soon enough. I'm sure the figure alone was enough to get my son's attention.
I do agree that a lot of people my age are getting married now and have kids of their own. But please don't think that I'm dying to get married or anything, and that that's my reason for seeming so excited today. Well, no, wait. I am excited, don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm excited to be with Isaiah.
Was today not about your guys' marriage, though? I'm sure you were acting like that because you very well understand that without my permission, my son will not be allowed to marry you, right?
Today was about us getting married. Isaiah had been asking to meet my dad and everything before we went any further with talks about marriage, and so that's why we all set this date up for you all. Both Isaiah and I already love one another a lot and wanted to make sure that we knew one another's parents as well.
All right, you don't have to keep playing dumb here, Kenzie. I understand that you want to marry my son and all, but you can't keep talking like you know everything, or else you're going to ruin your image. Us men like women who are a bit on the stupid side and talk as though they don't really know anything.
Are you sure it's okay to say something like that to me? We're in a new century now, and that means it's probably best that you refrain from saying things like that about women.
Kenzie, you seem to think really highly of yourself. You are aware that I'm going to be your future husband's father, right? I think it's best that you keep your mouth shut a little more often from now on.
Things like that.
I see. You're not going to really listen to me then, are you? If that's going to be the case here, then I'll make it my personal job to set you straight. Next time, let's make sure you and I have a chance to talk to one another, one-on-one. I'll make sure to get us a private room and everything to talk in, if you'd like. This meeting will be very important to me, as I make sure to retrain you from head to toe.
What? You want it to just be you and I meeting next time? So you don't want for Isaiah to be there with us, or anything?
If Isaiah is there with us, he'll try and defend you. And then I won't be able to teach you how to be a proper woman around my family.
But, Luke...
Don't worry, I'll make sure to pay for your meal as well if we go out to eat. Make sure to wear a short skirt and be very excited to see me when the day comes. If you can do that for me, then I'll buy you whatever food and drink you like.
Stop that, please. You actually think saying things like that to me, of all people, is okay? I'm sorry, but you need to stop yourself right there.
Kenzie, do you have any idea how old you are? If you are not able to please men right now, then your chances of ever being married to someone will grow more and more slim. I think it's time you started to listen to your fiancé's father, so that you don't let this chance at marriage slip away from you.
The thing is, though, we're still only engaged, and we haven't even made plans for a wedding or anything yet.
Then that means you really need to start trying to get on my good side from here on out, right? That clothing you were wearing today was very tight on your body, and I could make out all your shapes as you sat there in front of me. From the moment I saw you, I knew that I was into your style, Kenzie. So as long as you keep things going with me, then I'll make sure to let you continue seeing my son.
What are you talking about right now? I really don't like the things you're saying to me right now, so please stop. That is not the way you should be speaking with your son's girlfriend, Luke.
And that's something I'm going to have to teach you about as well now. In the future, you are going to be a part of my family, and will be making children with my son. And I need to make sure that you are worthy of making children with my son at all. You should be aware of just how important it is for my son to be pleased as a man, right?
I'm sorry, but that is far enough. I'm going to have to leave now. Isaiah, thank you for coming out today. But, regarding your father, there are some things that don't feel quite right to me.
What was that? Did he say or do some pretty weird things to you today? From my point of view, it seemed that my dad was really into you. And that's a really good thing for our future together.
Really into me? You think so?
Yes, I do. By the time you had to leave, it felt that we were all a lot closer to one another. And when I told him about the work you're doing for a living right now, he seemed really impressed by you.
I'm sure he was. But, Isaiah, I kind of feel that things are a little too close between your father and I now. When you went to the restroom and things like that, your father, he would look at me in a completely different way.
Oh. I think you're just being delusional about things. You really think that my dad would be willing to act that way around his son's girlfriend? Oh. I'm sorry, Kenzie, but if you keep saying things like that, then I'm going to get a little upset with you next.
No, I don't think I'm being delusional or anything about it. On the way out of there, your father kind of brushed his hand against my butt. When he did that, things in my head really changed, and I didn't feel comfortable at all with how things were going.
Huh? What are you going on about? My dad has always been a very good guy with the ladies. You think him giving you a little touch on the butt means that he has feelings for you or something? Oh.
Then let me ask you this. What was the reason again for your mother and father getting a divorce?
I know that from time to time my dad could get a little carried away with himself around my mom. But my mom would always leave me at home all alone to go do her own things. So when you compare her to what little my dad was doing, my dad looks like a really good guy. He also allowed me to join the company I'm a part of now, so I have much respect for him.
And that's what I heard from you, which made me think he was a very kind man. But today he went and intentionally touched your girlfriend. You don't find any of that to be really strange?
And like I was saying, you're being very delusional about things. What does it matter that he touched your butt? There's nothing wrong with that. Back when you were a kid, were you never spanked or anything? I grew up always being spanked by him, and that's what turned me into the man I am now.
I'm not talking about spanking. The way he laid his hand on my butt then, it was nothing like a little slap or anything. Also, he was just asking me over text if next time just he and I could go out to eat. I asked him why he would want to do that and why he wanted to meet in a private room.
That's just how much my dad is into you, right? What is going on with you? You think that he's going to start touching you more if you go to that private dinner with him or something? He would never do something like that to a woman your age, so calm down already.
I never said he'd do something like that. It's just, as a woman, being in a one-on-one situation with my boyfriend's father after he said all that to me already doesn't make me feel all right. I can't relax at all thinking about it. I don't even understand why he wants only me to be there with him. He said it was to keep you from protecting me, but him saying things like that only make me feel worse about the whole situation.
Hey, seriously? I never thought you were the type of woman to get so worked up by that. Let me ask you this. What kind of environment were you raised in by your parents? Wait, didn't you tell me that your dad graduated from a well-known university?
Is that what I told you before? Because my father never went to college or anything. He didn't even finish high school. But he put in a lot of hard work and made his way up to the top and is someone that I respect a lot. I want you to meet with him next time, all right?
What? Hey, are you kidding me? Well, that has nothing to do with me, so whatever.
What?
You just told me your dad never even graduated from high school. That's pretty crazy. What you said just caught me off guard there a little is all. But once you and I are married, you will be entering my family, so your dad is never really going to have anything to do with me.
Hey, when you said something like what my father did was crazy, did you mean that in a good way or a bad way? Please don't tell me you look down on him for having to drop out of high school.
I never said I was looking down on him for that. Oh. But considering that I've gone to college and am on my way to becoming an elite, I've never had the chance to meet up with a high school dropout. Huh. I thought people like that didn't even exist, to be honest with you.
The way you say that, it makes me feel as though you do look down on him.
You graduated from college as well, right? So you understand what I'm saying here. Well, whatever. For right now, just make sure not to make any drama about my dad, alright? Now, I have to go out for some drinks, and I'll be using the company's money to do so.
I don't think you should just be saying something like that, Isaiah. Especially when it has to do with the company's money.
You'd think I would allow a wedding between a high school dropout's girl and my elite son? If you're going to become upset by what I have to say, then you be upset with your failure of a father.
There is no way someone like you just went and splashed that hot coffee all over the place. I had to go to the hospital to get treatment for all these second-degree burns, and luckily the doctors and nurses were able to take care of it all right away. But they're saying there will be scars left over from all the burns. Which means now I'll have scarring on my left arm, my left leg, and my neck because of you. What the hell is wrong with you, you brute?
I want to ask that about you. How dare you hide the fact that your father is a dropout from my son and I, and make your move to try and marry my son?
I wasn't trying to hide anything. I was never asked about my father, so I never thought about talking about his education. It seems that the only ones who care so much about people's educations are you guys. If that's always been the case with you both, then you should have asked from the very start about things like that.
You expect me to believe that in this day and age, there are still people that never finished high school or went to college? Jeez, such a sad family who has raised you. And thinking about the way you said no to my invitation. I can't believe it.
If anything, isn't that the biggest problem to you right now? This has nothing to do with my father's education, but with the fact that I said no to my boyfriend's father's advances.
And if that is my problem with you, then the fact you understand that I'd have a problem with it means you did say no to me on purpose. You have no idea what you're doing right now, huh? Ha! Well, now you've gone and poked the bear, and are going to be in a real treat now. Nobody beneath me is going to overlook what I say.
What did you say?
You are from a family of lowlifes, trying to enter my family of elites. And by doing so, you are trying to take advantage of my son's income, so that you never have to work another day in your life. I'm sure a life like that is exactly what you're after, because you would be set forever, right? Well, if that's the life you want to get, then you're going to need to try harder to get on my good side. Ha!
You need to stop speaking about my family like that, please. There is no reason to be talking down about them.
Still trying to act all tough, are we? I have no other choice then. I'll have to do something that'll open up those pretty eyes of yours. You are still in your 20s, right? Just barely? Well, then you need to listen to everything I say to you. If you can do that, I will let you marry my son. Huh.
What else do you have to say?
You're going to have to provide some services to your fiancé's father now. You'd better be happy that you're still considered young. If you were in your 30s now, I would never be giving you this kind of a chance.
Does this mean you want me to meet with you in a private room, one-on-one? There you're going to be doing things to me like you did before, touching my butt and the like? That's something I'll need to do with you?
Hey. Don't start getting too far ahead of yourself there. You're on the verge of becoming an old hag, with only a few months left before that really does happen. You should be more happy about a man like myself touching your butt. Start to be appreciative of the fact that I find you attractive still.
You really are screwed up. Who the hell do you think would ever want to go into a private room with an old fat man like yourself and let you feel them up? Start realizing just how disgusting you are before you ever talk like that old man.
Excuse me? Kenzie, do you understand what position you're in right now? I have given you a chance to stay with my son, and you're going to talk back to me like that?
Well, then this means you've really gone and tied the knot around your neck.
I have no idea what you're talking about, little girl. You can't even compare yourself to me, when I've been around for longer than you, and I've done so much more for the world. No matter what you say to me, you're just going to make yourself sound like more and more of a sore loser.
We'll have to see about that then. My father happens to be the CEO of your company, so we'll have to see if you can still compare yourself to the likes of him.
What? Wait, what was that?
I said, my father is the CEO of the company you're working for. And due to all of the very unfortunate things you have said to me, I'll make sure he is fully aware. Expect the worst to come from him after today, so please look forward to it all.
Kenzie, you really think such a massive lie as that is going to fool me? Well, you did get me to clench my cheeks there for a second, so I respect you for that. But your lie is all but believable. A high school dropout like your father becoming a CEO. Ha! That's a great joke you've told me.
You think so? Then I'll make sure to let him know you've said that as well. Please be ready for what's to follow, Luke.
I just want to say that I'm so very sorry for everything I've done and said. I never once thought that you of all people would turn out to be the daughter of my CEO. I am so terribly sorry for the rude behaviors I had when speaking with you in both person and through text.
Ah, so you've finally come to understand your place? Well, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but a lot of people within the company are now very upset with you. And that means you are most definitely going to be fired.
Hold on a second. I have no idea who you or your father were at the time. I never thought that my CEO would even be a high school dropout. And when I heard that a lot of the other people on the board never went to college and things like that, how could something like that be?
Well, as you can see, it can indeed be. And now you've gone and pissed them all off. So how's it going? Did you have fun with all of them in the meeting room? Was it enjoyable hearing all of them talk about the things you were saying to both myself and about my father?
It was so embarrassing for me that I couldn't even bear to keep myself from crying. I regret everything that I have done and said from the bottom of my heart.
Can you give me an example of what made you so embarrassed that you had to cry? What exactly do you regret doing so much? Hopefully, you'll be able to give me a good example right now of what you'd done wrong, right?
When they started to tell me about how poorly I had been talking about the CEO, when I heard he was a high school dropout, and about the way I had used that to try and break things off between you and my son.
What else?
There's the part where they started to tell me about the way I behaved with the CEO's daughter, you, in a very inappropriate manner.
Were you able to get all of those men on the board to agree with you that because of your age and the generation you're from, that it's okay to go around touching the butts of women half your age and saying that it's okay to do so because that's the only way someone like me would be allowed to marry your son?
Please don't say it like that.
Don't say what? You were trying to make me understand that, right? If you really want to have your fun with younger women, then perhaps it's better you get yourself a prostitute instead of feeling up the CEO's daughter. As far as the company and myself are aware, what you had done to me, touching my butt like that, is a crime. Sexual assault, one might say.
But you're going to become my son's wife, so I thought that as family it would be alright to do that.
How frickin' vile of you to say that. I can't believe there's someone I know who could say such a thing to me. I'm not even a part of your family in the first place, Luke. And if I was, there would still be loads of problems with you touching me. I guess you have no idea what the punishment is for touching a woman in a sexual way without her consent. It's because of disgusting men like you who think there's nothing wrong with being monsters around women that this society is constantly being held back.
I really am so sorry. I didn't think you would be so against me doing that.
You didn't think so? Have you ever had a look at what you look like recently? It's one thing for a really good-looking man to think something like that, but an old geezer like you thinking I'd be into you touching me up is just hilarious. How childish, really. I think you'd better start getting a grip with the thing you really are and begin to work towards acting like that thing instead.
I really am so sorry. Of course, now that I've been made aware of things, you are more than welcome to continue moving forward with your marriage to my son. And I'm sure the both of you would make a great little family together.
Huh? You think things are just going to continue moving forward after what's happened? I am never going to marry your son now, Luke.
Why not? You came all the way out to see me and talk about the marriage.
The reason for me not wanting to marry him anymore is because my eyes have been opened. When I tried to talk with Isaiah about what was going on with you, he didn't seem bothered by it at all. I could see that he was just as awful as you, and that led to me having a change of heart.
Wait, please! Right now, this is all a problem between you and I, right? Your marriage to him shouldn't have anything to do with me, and that's why he might have been a bit dismissive about how you felt about me.
But it has a lot to do with the marriage. If I were to marry your son, then I'd have to become family to you. And who knows what you'd do to me then?
You don't have to worry about what I'll do anymore.
To be frank, I just don't want to become family with something like you. And when I tried talking with Isaiah about what you were doing, he took your side and agreed with your tactics. I was feeling really uncomfortable about you, and yet he made it seem to me like he was okay with that.
That's just... He's a lot like his father, is all.
I could tell that if I made him my husband, I would be putting myself right in danger's way. And when I told him about how I had been hurt badly by that hot coffee you spilled on me, he seemed to think that was my fault for being in the way. That right there killed what little flame I had left in my heart for him. I'm happy to see that he's not at all like the man I loved before, and that once I became a part of your guys' family, he would not care one bit about my safety.
What?
By the way, my father is very aware that Isaiah was hired into the company by his criminal dad. So my father will have your son fired as well.
Criminal? You're calling me a criminal?
Who else would you be?
I am so sorry for what's happened. But you can't say I'm a criminal for what's happened. Please forgive me and let this all be.
Not only did you fling hot coffee all over me and give me second-degree burns, but you also touched my butt without my consent. I'm going to make sure the police are aware of this, so please allow them to walk you to your new room in hell. After that, the police arrived at Luke's house and took him into the police station for questioning. And this led to word about what he had done spreading even deeper into my father's company. Soon after the questioning was over with, though, the police did come back to Luke's house again, and this time letting him know that he was under arrest and would be taken to court by my father's lawyers. There he would be charged with both physical and sexual assault against me, and would have to serve 5 years for it. And on top of that, he would also be required to pay me a settlement of around $150,000 for not only the crimes he committed, but also for my medical bills, as I would still have to undergo a few more treatments to help with my burns. Luckily, he had that kind of money in his savings, but after the money came to me, he was pretty much left dry and wouldn't be able to make any money back for the next 5 years. Isaiah then came to me a day after the court case and started to apologize to me while crying. But when I told him it was no use and that I'd not be marrying him, he ran off. Word about what his father had done and everything was already within the company now, but things were only made worse for Isaiah when I explained to my father about how he'd use company money to go out drinking and things like that. He was fired not too long after his father, and now the both of them can experience the hell they've entered together. This is what those two deserve for never understanding that the way they acted was not acceptable in today's world and quite illegal in most cases. As for what's happened with me after that whole fiasco, I'm back home living with my mother and father again. I'll be with them for a little while as I got time off from work so that I could rest and wait for my burns to all heal up. I know this outcome wasn't all that great for me because I'll always have scarring that will remind me of Luke and Isaiah. But that's a whole lot better than marrying into that family without ever knowing what kind of monsters they really were. Trisha, is it true that Dad's not doing very well right now? I got a call about it already from the hospital, but have you gone to the hospital yet yourself to be with him?
Huh? What does the high school dropout want with me now?
Why are you even talking about me being a high school dropout right now? Answer me! Is Dad doing okay right now or not? I want to know if I need to take the rest of the day off to come see you guys now or not.
You have never contacted me like this before. So it must mean you only care about how Dad's doing instead of how I'm doing. You really are a waste. But this is what to expect from those too stupid to graduate from high school?
Stop talking about that right now. I want to talk to you about Dad because I'm worried about his condition. I would like to come to the hospital to see him, but would it be okay for me to be there right now, or should I wait until later today?
What do you plan to do by coming? If you're trying to get him to give you something in his will, know that you're never getting a penny.
Huh? You think this is about his money? I don't need his money. If anything, I'd feel bad getting anything from him right now due to his financial state.
You're only talking to me now because our CEO Dad is on his deathbed and his money and properties are all that interest you, right? And I'm sure you just want to see how much you'll be getting.
I told you that I have no intentions of asking him about any of his money. This isn't about what's in his will, but about wanting to know how Dad's doing. If this is going to be it for him, I'd really like to be there to comfort him and show that I love him.
Well, if this is going to be it for him, his death will have nothing to do with you. You're just a high school dropout and a failure. I'm sure even he doesn't want you around because he knows what you're really after.
Are you even listening to me right now?
There's nothing a waste of space like you is getting from Dad. I'll be handling everything for Dad after he's passed, so you don't have to bother us. Just stay away and I'll let you know when he's gone.
Then you must mean this is his last time with us. I have the right to be there with him to say goodbye and that I love him. Tell me what hospital he's at and I'll start leaving now.
I know you just want to come and ask for all his things. So you can just wait till after he's dead and hear about it from his lawyer, okay?
What? Why do you keep talking like that?
I'm worried that with how weak he is right now, you'll come in here and force him to change his will, giving you everything. Now, until I message you, you're not allowed to come to the hospital.
You're being a jerk, Trisha. I don't want anything to do with his money or with his will. Can you please listen to what I'm saying to you?
You came just as he died, didn't you? You almost did it to me there, Annalise.
I wasn't going to do anything wrong, Trisha. I was talking to everyone at the hospital and they told me you never came to see him. And they said that he was alone this whole time with nobody but the nurses and doctors around him. Why the hell would you do that to him?
I was busy myself, so I couldn't make it in. I have been trying to plan out how to use all of Dad's money, so I've been busy with all of that.
What? How to use up all of Dad's money? What the hell, Trisha? You have to be joking right now, right?
I'm not joking at all, actually. I'm aware now that you don't want anything from his will, right? And Dad had a massive company under him that was making bank. So, I plan to take over the company and make bank myself. And I'm not giving you a single thing. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I'm oh so happy now.
Ugh, what are you talking about? Seriously, Trisha? Do you think you can calm down just a little?
I heard that you plan on coming to his funeral later, but it's too late now for you to do anything about me. Our mom and dad divorced a long time ago, and I plan to make sure that her and your uneducated butt vanish from my sight forever. So don't get in my way anymore.
Trisha, do you have any desire to listen to me anymore?
Right. I'd also like you to stop thinking of me as your sister from now on. Once I have everything from Dad, I'm going to be cutting ties with you.
Are you kidding? Is there really a good reason for doing that?
I know that you and Mom will be trying to get my money from me, so I need to get rid of you both now so that I don't end up having to deal with that annoying crap. It's not like us never talking again will change much of anything anyway. But anyway, just know that coming to Dad's funeral won't change a thing for you.
But I'm still going. That'll be my final chance to show Dad just how much I loved him. And Trisha, you really need to get your head straight and listen to what I'm telling you. If you don't, you are going to regret a lot of things afterwards. I've had enough. Are you not freaking embarrassed after doing that?
What about you? Aren't you pretty dang embarrassed now?
I get that you always enjoy talking bad about me, but throwing a bucket of water onto my head and then asking me to leave is going too freaking far. That right there was the most idiotic thing I have ever seen you do.
How so? I just did what I needed to do. I am going to be receiving Dad's company, and you're not meant to be around here.
You're getting his company? You don't have the knowledge nor skills to be taking a company under your own management.
Huh? I'm not going to take that from a brainless high school dropout.
Well, you haven't worked a full-time job in your life for more than a week, so what would you know? Trisha, do you really think you could handle a job like that?
I'm really not the kind of person you should be trying to talk bad about. Anyway, What I've been trying to say is that you're getting nothing from Dad, you uneducated waste. So go away! And I shouldn't have to say this, but make sure you don't take anything from his will.
I knew that you only cared about his money and company. You always said that I was the one going after his stuff just to take the spotlight off yourself. I wish you would have never done all of this.
Can you get lost and never come back to Dad's funeral for me? I will be getting all of Dad's properties and money, so tell the lawyer that you can't accept any of it.
Then I will do just that.
Thank God.
I'll do just as you've said and leave everything to you. But you'd better not cry to me later, okay? I really think you should rethink all of this before I tell the lawyer. Because after this, I'll become just like you and never listen to a thing you say.
Is that so? Thanks for the warning, but I'm okay. You're annoying me now, so please go away. And that means for the rest of our lives.
For the rest of our lives? Okay. But it'll be you regretting the fact that you never listened to me.
Hey, Annalise? Something strange has started happening here.
What strange things are you talking about? And hold up, didn't we say we'd never talk to one another again?
The money from Dad has still not come to me yet.
Huh? His money?
That's strange, right? It's been close to a week now since he passed away, so I should have the money by now, right? What is that stupid lawyer doing right now? The will said there should be a lot of money coming to me, and I've been told a lot of crap about his company as well now. It's becoming a real pain in my butt having to deal with all of this. Why do I have to do all this stuff for the company?
Did you happen to read everything in those documents from Dad?
Huh? Why are you asking me a question like that?
Well, if you happened to read through everything in Dad's will and all the other documents, you might understand your situation a whole lot better. You get that, right? Dad's company was in a terrible financial situation and he ended up never being able to pay off the loans that the company took out.
What?
What? So the money that he had left in that will was all used to pay off his final debts.
What are you talking about? He failed to pay off some loans? Huh?
If you just took a look at those documents, you'd know. Well, I'm sure the vocabulary is a bit too high level for you, but you have always been bad with economics and financing.
Hold on a minute. This is a joke, right? There were financial liabilities within Dad's company, and they were costing how much? Hundreds of thousands. I have no idea what this is all saying. There's no way his company had this bad of a financial problem. I never asked how to take on all his debts now. You take all these debts of his right now. I just wanted his money.
Excuse me? You can't force me to take all of his debts now, Trisha. I told you that I explained to the lawyer that I would not be taking anything from Dad, so this has nothing to do with me.
Huh? So you are saying that the lawyer got you a free pass?
Well, of course. You said that you'd be taking everything from Dad, so I made that clear to his lawyer. And because of that, even Dad's debt has been moved into your hands.
What? Then what am I going to do? Are you really not going to take all of this debt off my hands?
Do I have a reason to?
You can't just leave me alone to pay it all off.
All the money he had has gone into those debts, and so the only thing left was the remainder, which is now in your name. But it's not like you couldn't have noticed that before he passed, right? However, you never bothered to read anything of his, and now you're the one that'll have to carry that debt.
Well, I never had time to look things over. If I would have, then I would never have taken any of this from him.
The lawyer told me that he had sat down with you, though, and explained that before.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing as you now and tell him I don't want anything. That'll get his debt off my hands, right? That sounds like a good idea to me, but what do you think? How should I go about telling the lawyer I don't want the debt?
It's a bit late now.
Huh? Why is it late now?
Why? Because you signed the document saying you'd take what was left by Dad. And so you can't go back on those documents now because it's all legally been transferred to you. I mean, you're the CEO of that company now, right?
That's correct, but I can't handle all this debt.
Well, I don't care whether you can handle it or not. I think you should be able to handle this on your own from now on and figure something out. It's your company after all now.
What should I be doing, though?
Ugh, you're pissing me off. Why are you asking me all these questions now? You already cut ties with me, right? So why are you back with all of your problems asking for my insight?
Well, I didn't expect this to happen. Why do I have to be the one to take all of Dad's debt? I just wanted his money and nothing else.
Really? Do you know what you're even saying? Because I don't. You were the one that signed to have all of Dad's things go to you. And that just happened to include his debt as well.
Well, I didn't want to get his debt. I was only after his money this whole time. Why do I have to end up with less money than before now? This isn't an inheritance from him. This is just straight up debt. Don't tell me that you already knew about all of this and that's why you said you'd not take anything.
Well, I might have.
What? So you did know about all of this and still didn't warn me?
I was about to tell you about all of this, but you never chose to listen to me, so I didn't want to waste any more of my own time. Trisha, you have never listened to me when I warned you about things in the past, right?
What is with that tone?
I can use whatever tone I want with you now that you're a complete stranger to me. And you also poured water all over my head and kicked me out of my dad's funeral. And that was my last chance to say goodbye to the dad that I loved. Did you even see how shocked Mom was when you did that?
I don't care about her. That stupid old hag has nothing to do with me.
Well, say whatever you'd like about us. I'm sure you just happened to get that idea of Mom from Dad anyway. I have nothing else to say now. But know that I will never forgive you for what happened today. So even if you're in trouble now, there's nothing I'm willing to do for you.
But the fact that the only thing I got from Dad was his debt, if you would have told me that one thing, I would have been able to avoid all of this. Why couldn't you have done that one thing for me? Help me, you dog!
Help you? Why do you want my help, Trisha? You were the one that took over Dad's company, and so it's up to you now on how you want to handle all of that. I feel so bad for Dad. You were never even around for him when he was dying on the cold hospital bed.
I told you I was busy.
All you did from the time between leaving our house and today was go to a very expensive school using all of Dad's money, and then after that worked a crappy job at a grocery store, not even using your degree for anything, and even then used more of Dad's money to go out and play because you never worked long enough to make anything. Do you really think Dad ever wanted to give you anything in his will when you already used enough of his money? Well, I guess he did give you something at least, and that's all the debt that resides within his company now that you're the new CEO. Sucks to be you, Trisha.
I'm not going to let a high school dropout get away with saying that to me.
You really can't think of any other reasons to pick on me? Crazy, considering that after the divorce, I went with Mom to France and studied at an international school there. And Mom was there working as a manager for her own business, which she's been doing great at. And she's even said that I can have her business when she's passed away.
Huh? She has a company and you've been around her during that.
She's been doing a lot better with her company than Dad was. You had always talked bad about me for not graduating from high school and always called Mom stupid, but look at us compared to yourself. You're the only one facing hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Thank you so much for calling me brainless while spilling all that water over me. I never want to see or hear from you again, okay? You childish idiot of an adult. After that, Annalise went on her way, making sure to have nothing to do with Trisha ever again. And Trisha was left dealing with all her dad's debt while facing a terrifying reality. Trisha tried to run to her mom and Annalise asking for help while bawling her eyes out, but the amount of money she needed to pay was way too substantial. And so her mom could do nothing for her. And so, in the end, she lost the company as it went into bankruptcy and had to start a new life being homeless. But even with the bank taking the company away from her, as well as her house and car, it wasn't enough to cover all the debt. And so even now she's left having to find a way of paying that off. Of course, there's nothing left for the bank to take from her since she's pretty much only got the clothes on her back. so she'll just have to pay the remainder off anytime she makes any sort of money. Trisha really tried her hardest to mess around and keep Annalise away from her dad's money, but in reality there was never any money to her dad's name, and now she'll be regretting her actions for the rest of her life. This is really a great case of getting what one is asked for, and what she got was a life of debt and sadness.
Hey there, Emma. I need to have a little talk with you about your conduct around the office. Do you realize that you're just a regular employee, right? You're not a supervisor or a manager or anything like that. And yet, I've heard that you were chastising my daughter earlier today. No, I'm just curious what made you think that it was appropriate for someone in your position to go and do something like that.
Hello, Mr. Sharp. I take it that you're talking to me about the conversation that I had with your daughter Lily earlier today, yes? Well, the thing is that she has been showing up to work almost an hour late every day for several weeks now. And while I'm not an official supervisor, I was tasked with looking after her while she learns the ropes of the job. So I was only trying to help her understand the importance of being at work on time. I wasn't trying to chastise or bully her, but I thought that she should know it wasn't okay to do that. In fact, I'm glad that you're reaching out to me about this. I was hoping that you could talk to her about this problem as well.
What in the world are you talking about? You have got a lot of nerve even trying to talk to me, your boss, in that way.
I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? I really wasn't trying to step on anyone's toes. It's just that I was told to show her the ropes.
And now my daughter is absolutely furious. Tell me, do you talk to my daughter in that same condescending tone when you try and show her the ropes? You should know that I'm her father, and I know very well that she's a capable worker who doesn't need someone of your standing telling her what to do.
I'm sorry, but are you telling me that I shouldn't have told her to stop showing up to work so late every day?
I'm the head of this division. Don't you think I'm already aware of when people are showing up on time and when they're late? If I had a problem with my daughter showing up late, then I would say something about it. Didn't that thought ever even cross your mind?
I'm sorry, I'm really confused here. Are you telling me that you're okay with your daughter acting this way around the office?
I'm telling you that you have got a lot of nerve thinking that you can go and yell at my daughter about how to do her job. You're nothing but a little peon in this company. You're a replaceable worker drone who seems to have forgotten their place.
Mr. Sharp, I'm really sorry if I've done something wrong. I didn't mean to overstep my authority, but I don't think there's any need to talk to me like this. I only told your daughter what I said because I was tasked with showing her how things work around here. Can we please just calm down and try to think about this a little more rationally? I mean, would you be okay with any other employee showing up that late? You've warned plenty of others not to be late. I was only taking after your example.
I don't care what you thought you were doing. The fact of the matter is that you talked to my daughter like that, and now she's upset. So clearly, you don't know how to handle helping other employees if all you do is make them cry. What did you even say to her that made her so upset?
Mr. Sharp, I really don't know what to say to this except that I feel that this anger is really uncalled for. I really don't think there's any need for you to get this upset over what I said to Lily. And I'm sorry, but I still don't understand why you're even this upset with me to begin with. I was asked to oversee Lily as she starts working here. I have seniority over her just by virtue of how long I've been in the office. I really can't see how I did anything that would be considered inappropriate given my position in the company.
Well, it sounds to me like someone needs to remind you of how things work around here. Or are you just gonna keep up this backtalk until I have no choice but to fire you?
Are you really threatening to fire me just over this? I think that's a little extreme, don't you? But if the problem you're having is that I was the one who spoke to your daughter about being at work on time, then maybe you could talk to her about this problem. I think she would be more likely to listen to you anyways. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Oh, so now you're trying to tell me what to do as well? You really just don't know when to shut your mouth, do you?
Okay. I see that I've misspoken, and I'll make sure that nothing like this happens again. I'll return to work now.
How many times am I going to have this same talk with you? Huh? Well, last time was just that. As of today, you are fired from this job.
Mr. Sharp, are you really going to fire me like this? Because if you're serious, then I suppose I'll have no alternative but to leave. But you do realize that you're doing this all because I'm gently informing your daughter of how to act in the office.
Is that what you call all the horrible yelling and chastising of my daughter? I thought I already warned you about not doing that. But if you're not going to listen to a direct order from your real boss, then it's obvious I have no choice but to let you go. I just hope some trash like you learns how to listen to your superiors one day.
I guess we'll just have to see who the real piece of trash is, won't we?
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? You think that just because I'm firing you means that you could talk to me however you want?
I'm just saying that your daughter shows up to work late every single day. She never does any actual work when she's here, and I've only ever seen her on the phone. Are you really going to try and tell me that this isn't an employee in need of a talking to by someone?
I'm telling you that you've no right to be lecturing my daughter over every little tiny mistake she might happen to make while working here. It's not your place, and you need to learn some respect. You don't get to talk to people however you want just because you've worked here longer than them.
I suppose we'll just have to agree to disagree on what the actual situation is. But if you want my opinion, you're being far too easy on Lily. And it seems to me like it might also be your fault why your daughter is seemingly incapable of changing her ways.
So now you're gonna try and blame all the problems you have with my daughter on me? I really don't think I've ever had to deal with such an uppity employee before.
You know, your daughter actually told me the last time we talked that she was sick and tired of dealing with me and that she would have me fired. And now here you are, firing me. So I have to ask, is this because your daughter came to you and asked you to do this? And if she did she ever bother explaining to you why it is that she was being talked to by me in the first place?
Oh, this problem is much bigger than just you and my daughter now. If you really think that you could talk to your boss the way that you've been talking to me, then it's clear that there's just no place for you here. I don't ever want you to even step foot into this office building again. Do you understand me? You are fired effective immediately.
Well, okay then. If that's your final decision, then I won't spend any more time arguing my case. May I ask what you're going to tell HR and our managers about my firing? Because I think it might be difficult for you to merely be doing this because of how I treated your daughter. So, I'm just curious how you're going to present your case against me to the higher-ups in our office.
And just why in the world do you think I would type out everything I'm going to say to them here for you to read? I'll find a good excuse to tell them that will make them all go along with my decision. I'm in charge of this department, and what I say goes. The only person at fault here is you for daring to try and argue with me after I warned you to stop going after my daughter.
I'm sorry, but I really think that I've been very calm and collected this whole time. The only one throwing around insults and using aggressive language here is you.
Oh, why am I even bothering to talk to someone that I've already fired? Can't you just shut your mouth, pack up your desk, and leave already? I already told you that I never wanted to see you again.
Okay then. I understand. If this is how things are going to be, then I'll leave the office today.
Finally! At last you realize that even when fired, you still have to listen to me. I'm the boss in this part of the office, and my word is law. You wouldn't stop scolding my daughter, and now you're going to pay for ignoring a direct order from me. Now, get out of here and never ever come back.
I understand. I also understand that you're incapable of seeing things objectively and that you're not suited for the position that you have. So, you should know that you are going to regret doing this. I will make sure of that.
You're telling me that you're going to try and make me regret firing you? And just what do you think you can even do against me now that you're fired, huh? Besides, I'm in charge here, so what I say goes. It's literally impossible for me to make a bad call because I'm the one who is in charge.
Yes, you are the one in charge, and that's what's going to come back to bite you. Anyways, I'll be taking my leave now.
Hello, Mr. Andrews. I saw the message left on my desk that you wanted me to send you a message to talk about something. What can I do for you today?
I was just wondering where in the world my granddaughter has gone to.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm quite following what you mean by that, sir.
Well, it really is quite simple. I'm talking about my granddaughter. I want to know where she's gone. Did something happen to her? I've been asking around, and everyone has been telling me that I should be talking to you about this. So, I would like an explanation of exactly where my granddaughter has gone to, Eugene. In fact, why don't you explain yourself to my face? I want you in my office right this moment.
But sir, I'm still really confused. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who your granddaughter is.
Are you blind? Or just illiterate? I said that I want you up in my office to explain yourself to me right this second.
Yes, of course, sir. I'm sorry for not leaving right away. I'm already heading towards the elevator as we speak.
What do you want now? You've already fired me, and I've already left the building. If I didn't leave anything there, I don't know what we could possibly have to talk about.
Emma, this isn't about you being fired. Well, it kinda is. Look, I just wanted to say that I'm very sorry about the way I treated you the other day. I may have overdone things just a little bit. I was hoping that we might be able to talk in person a little bit. Do you have some time where we could meet up to do so?
Well, someone's attitude seems to have changed quite a bit now, hasn't it? Did something happen to bring about this change of heart?
Again, I would just like to profusely apologize for the way that I was talking to you the other day. And I would also like to take this chance to invite you back to your position in our company. I had no idea that you were the granddaughter of the head of the company.
Oh, I see. This is all because you finally figured out who I really am. Is that it?
Please, you have to come back to work for us. Your grandfather ordered me to bring you back to the company at once.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for the offer, though.
What do you mean? You mean that you won't come back to work for us? You don't want your job back?
I don't really see what the big deal is. I mean, I only left the company in the first place because you were telling me to. And now you're going to come back to me just 3 days later to try and beg for me to come back?
But I apologized for what I said. I really didn't mean to fire you. It was all just one big mistake. You have to forgive me. Your grandpa actually just came back from a long business trip, and when he arrived back to the office, he was really upset. He demanded that I go into his office, and he started yelling at me, asking about where you were and where you had gone to. It was only then that I realized who you really were. I really had no idea about any of this, so please, you have to forgive my ignorance.
Well, of course you didn't know about who I really was. After all, I was hiding my identity for just about everyone.
Well, then that just shows that I was truly acting out of ignorance. I really had no idea at all that you were directly related to the head of the company. So please, I'm begging you, again, to come back. Your grandpa is very upset that you were let go from the company.
Let's make something clear. I wasn't just let go. You fired me from the company, remember? I don't think my grandpa is upset. I think you are.
Well, yes, okay, I suppose I am the most upset out of everyone here. So please, you have to come back. I'm begging you.
I'm sorry, but I've already given you my answer, and it's not going to change. I won't be going back to work there. You can go back all you want, but the fact of the matter is that I was fired. I can't just go back.
I'll have that you were fired erased completely from your record. it won't show that as having happened at all. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to return. We can pretend like nothing ever happened at all, and you can just go back to your old position. Not only that, but if you come back, I'll apologize to you in front of the whole staff. I'll even talk to my daughter and make sure she knows that she needs to work just like everyone else does.
So you mean to tell me that you could have done that this whole time, but you're only choosing to do so now? You know, if you had just done that from the start, then you wouldn't be in trouble like you are right now. But like I said, it's too late to try and change things now, so why don't you just give up already?
Please, you have to come back. I'm begging you. Please don't say no to this. If the company president finds out the truth about how and why you were let go, then things are going to get really bad for me.
Well, yes. I suppose if my grandpa knew how you were treating his staff, he would get quite upset. And you should also know that I'm his favorite granddaughter. Of course, even when I started here, he warned me that I wouldn't be given special treatment just because of that.
You have to believe me when I say that I really had no idea about any of that at all. I'm terribly sorry for the mix-up.
You really don't have to apologize to me anymore, you know. I already told you that it's not going to change anything. If anything, the company would be better off losing you and your no-good, lazy daughter.
You don't need to talk about my daughter like that.
But why shouldn't I when it's the truth? Of course, you're not better than she is when it comes to the way you both treat people.
Please, don't you think you're being just a little too harsh right now? I know that you're the CEO's granddaughter, but still.
I'm only giving you my honest opinion about the two of you. And I know that if my grandpa knew the truth about the two of you, that he would fire you both on the spot. And he knows how to pull enough strings to make sure that you never work in this industry again.
He wouldn't really do that, would he? I mean, I've been working for this company for almost 30 years. He wouldn't take all that away, would he?
30 years is nothing compared to the decades of life that my grandpa has put into this company.
Of course, I didn't mean to imply otherwise.
But that's just another reason why my grandpa has so much sway in the business. You might want to kiss the chances of you ever getting this high of a position in a company like this ever again.
Please don't do this. Surely we can work something out. You have to understand that I'm a father. I have a family to take care of.
That excuse might have worked on me if not for the fact that you clearly haven't raised your daughter right at all. And when she started working here, she was like the spitting image of you and all her awful attitude. I hid who my family was so that I could be treated equally in the office. You were encouraging your daughter to act however she wanted because of who she was.
Please, you really do have this all wrong. If I had only known who your grandpa was, then I would have never talked to you the way that I did. You have to know that I would have never said the things that I did. I would have never done any of this at all. I'm so sorry for everything. So I'm begging you, one more time, please come back.
And I am telling you the same answer one more time. Not going to happen.
Please, I'm asking as your supervisor to come back and work for us again. You aren't actually going to turn down a request from your superior, are you?
You still think you're my superior? How can that be when I don't even work for you anymore? The moment you fired me, you lost any power or influence you had over my life.
But, please, just do as I say this one time. That's all I need.
You really expect me to just act like nothing happened between us at all? That's ridiculous and unrealistic. I really don't have time to carry on with this stupid conversation any longer.
But if you don't come back, then I'm going to be in serious trouble. Don't you get that? If you don't come back, then both Lily and I might end up getting fired because of this. You have to come back and save us. You'll get your job back too. Everyone is going to win if you do this.
You're acting as if I would have anything real to gain by helping you. But you're only asking that I come back to save your own skin. You were the one that fired me, and now you will have to live with that decision. I told you from the very start that you were being unreasonable and that you'd regret this. Now, If this is all that you have to say to me, I would appreciate it if you just left me alone instead.
Please don't do this, Emma. I'm begging you. You have to come back. You have to save us. I'll even make Lily apologize to you. We're both begging you to come back.
And I'm telling you that you can keep your worthless apologies to yourself because I don't want them. Anyways, enjoy what time you have left at the company. I may be fired, but at least I'll be taking the two of you on my way out. And good luck ever trying to find a job for you or your daughter in this town again. After that, Emma went to her grandfather and revealed all. Upon learning the truth of why his daughter wasn't showing up for work, Mr. Andrews was furious and fired Mr. Sharp and his daughter right away. He told them that their names are going to be blacklisted and that no company in this industry would ever hire them again. Mr. Andrews approached Emma and offered her a position as the head of a new subsidiary being opened by the company. Emma agreed to come back as the head of the new company and was quickly being praised by her employers for her shrewd decision-making and empathy towards her employees. Mr. Sharp wasn't able to find a decent job after being fired, and even his wife ended up leaving him. In his mid-50s and jobless, Mr. Sharp and Lily had no choice but to take on several part-time jobs just to try and make ends meet.
I'm going out to drink right now, so you don't have to make me anything for dinner. You can head to bed before I get home as well. Now I'm heading out.
What? You're going out for drinks tonight as well? Don't you feel that you've been going out to drink a bit too much recently? Are you sure your body is okay with you drinking that much alcohol?
As long as I can still get a beer or two into me, my body is fine. Actually, if I don't keep drinking, then my body is going to fail from all the stress. This company has me working so often and it's all for nothing, so I'd live to quit soon.
Huh? Is that so? Well, I hope today wasn't too bad for you. Are you going out drinking with Rachel and all of them again?
Yep, that's the plan. Man, do I love being back here around all my good friends.
So then that means you won't be getting home until really late tonight, right? But you have work again tomorrow, right? Please don't drink too much tonight so that you can at least wake up for work again.
Are you my mom or something? You don't have to tell me things that I already know, okay?
But this happened to you once before, right? You were so hungover that no matter what I tried to do, I couldn't get you out of the house. That day you had a very important meeting in the office, yet you ended up calling in sick then. You got in big trouble for missing that meeting because it was extremely important, right?
Would you shut up already? I know. I was the one that had to deal with that mess more than anyone else, so I know. Jeez, you are so annoying going on and on about things like that to me. I just finished work and I'm tired from my long day. I want to go down a couple of beers and have some fun with my friends, which means I don't have time to listen to your nagging anymore.
I'm sorry. But you remember what I said earlier, right? Today is the day of my mom's birthday, and so I wanted you to come home so that we could take a video of us both singing her happy birthday. Then I could send that to her as a way of showing her we're still doing all right.
You're talking about that single mother of yours? You were pissing me off this morning, so I said okay to whatever you were blabbering on about. But that's what you were wanting from me? I'm not coming home to do something as stupid as that. Don't you think so? We're both too old now to be taking videos of one another. And your mom is as old as a rock and doesn't even know how to use her phone. Forget her and focus on taking care of me now.
What the heck? I told you this morning that I just wanted to send her a simple message was all. I get that she's old now and might not care to see it or even know how to, but I still want to make some sort of an effort for her birthday. Stop making it sound like I'm still attached to her like some child. And even if I'm acting so attached to her still, that's because she's my mom and she raised me herself. So I would like to send her something that shows that all her work went towards making me happy.
You just keep on going and going about something I do not care about, so shut the hell up, please. I'm not with you to do all that stupid emotional crap, so leave it be or do it yourself. And honestly, I don't think she deserves to get anything from us since she was the one that caused the divorce that made her a single parent. She went and had a baby without telling her husband, then she caused the divorce that forced him away. And then she took it upon herself to raise you instead of giving you up. All she did was stuff that anyone could do, but really shouldn't have to do. So why do you care to praise her for it?
Sean, are you being serious? I told you what happened. My mom chose to protect me from my dad. She got that divorce in order to keep me safe.
I guess you did tell me about how your dad didn't even want you and acted like a child himself, which got him divorced. But your mom was the housewife back then, right? Which means your dad was already having to take care of one kid, being your mom. I don't even understand how your mom could be so selfish by forgetting what your dad did for her and then divorcing him and running away with you.
My mom knew what was going to happen after the divorce, and that's why she went out and got a job right away, while still caring for me in the place. I respect her a lot for doing that and consider her my idol. So I don't want to hear you talking about her like that, or about any of my family matters like that, actually.
All right, okay. It's not like I give a crap about your mom's self-induced hard life anyway. I only like to think about what's happening now, and what's happening now is me going out for drinks. I'm on the verge of passing out due to all my stress, so I think I'm going to slam a few shots of tequila and letting the night take my stress away.
Understood. Just remember that in 2 days, I'll be working a night shift. I'll make you something for dinner and put it in the fridge for you to warm up when you get home. Oh, by the way, yesterday you had dinner here at home, right? I had to work all night then as well, so I left you food in the fridge to eat when you got home, and by the time I got home, it was all gone.
Huh? What are you trying to figure out here? If I hadn't eaten it, then why would the food be gone from inside the fridge?
That's a good point. I just found that you went and ate everything I had for you, which is pretty rare.
Well, thank you for the food. I'm going now.
Okay, have fun. And make sure to come home safely, please. Listen, you are really doing a poor job of becoming Sean's wife there. Compared to someone like Sean, you really are the most plain Jane I've ever seen. So could you at least try a little bit harder in order to make Sean feel all right with making you his wife? Today, Sean was so tired that he came here looking like a dying dog. What? I have been trying my best to be a good wife for him and understand everything he says. That's why I didn't stop him from going out with his friends to get drinks, and I even allowed him to go out while you're with them, Rachel. Yesterday, he came home and ate dinner before going out to have drinks then as well, but he didn't say anything to me. Oh, well, I suppose that was a little rude of Sean to not say anything to you. But even if he messes up once or twice, that's nothing compared to you. Sean has recently had a lot of stress and such building up within him. I feel so damn bad for the poor sap. As his wife, are you making sure to please him in all the ways he wants? What? Was Sean talking about all of that stuff with you? All of that is between him and I and is a very private matter. He shouldn't be saying that to anyone, especially other women. Huh? He and I have been friends for longer than you've known him. We've always talked about whatever we wanted to, so just because you're his wife now doesn't mean any of that is going to change. But I'm sure that an outsider like you will never be able to understand Sean and I. You're not just an old friend of his, though. You and him have been very close to one another for a long time, so I'd really like it if you stopped getting so close to him again. Also, isn't your husband there with you as well, joining in while you drink? You're talking about Travis. Of course he's here with us. All of us here have been with one another for a long time, so we're all super close. And that includes my hubby.
Although he and your husband are both drunk off their asses right now, so I'm having a hard time keeping them upright. Oh, is that right? I'm sorry that Sean is causing you all that trouble. You have that right, that your husband is causing me a lot of trouble. I already have kids at home that I have to deal with and my hubby. Why do I have to start taking care of your husband for you as well? He is the biggest child I've had to watch out for so far. I see. I had assumed you guys were all close friends and were just out having some light fun and talk. But if he's starting to become a problem for you so often, then you can tell him to go away next time. Sean is always drinking a lot, and he's kind of got me worried as well. You really have no clue then, do you? He's not that big of a problem for me, but there are a lot of people here drinking right now. But you never drink and always stay home instead of coming out. That makes you boring, and the reason why he's always with us. This is what Sean's always been telling us. There are plenty of nice women at these bars for him, and comparing them to you, he might leave you behind soon. You shouldn't say something like that. Sean knew about how alcohol and I don't really get along too well together, even before we got married. If he was going to be upset by something like that, then we should have never gotten married from the start. There's the other thing. You always love to make the problem seem like it's been caused by anyone but you. I think it's time you just start taking better care of your husband. Rachel, you and your husband have been close to one another for a long time, right? What's been your secret for getting him to be so close to you? What? I'll have to think about that one. Normally he's away for work a lot of the time, and so we've some pretty good distance between us pretty often. Maybe it's that distance that allows us to enjoy one another's presence more. I also have to take care of the kids for him while he's away. He must love me for having his kids and being the one to watch over them, right? Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know those things. Maybe I'll give the whole distance thing a try or something. I'm sorry to have to say this now, but please keep a close eye on Sean for me again. Sean? Hello? Are you all right? Please say something to me. Did something happen to you tonight? Please answer your phone.
Why are you calling me so much at this time of night? I can't believe you. You really think I'm going to be picking up a call from you at 2:30 in the morning?
Oh, thank God. I was afraid something bad might have happened to you. Maybe you got into an accident? I just got a call from the police while I was in bed with my eyes still open. They told me that your car was in the middle of the road and they needed to tow it away. And that this has happened in the next town over from here? But you told me you were going back to your parents' house, right? There is no way your car should be in the next town over if you were only going to your parents' house, right? So I started to freak out a little, wondering what might have happened to you.
What? The police? Are you serious? You got a call from the police at this time of night?
Yeah. I told them there was no way you could have been all the way out there. That's when they told me your car could have been stolen and that I needed to call you to find out what happened. The police and myself were worried about you and if you'd been hurt in any way and were in need of help.
Ah, I see. That's all fine for me. The car wasn't stolen from me or anything, so you can stop worrying now.
The next town over? That's where Rachel's house is, right? Is that where you ended up going? Why would you be going all the way out there?
Don't worry, there's nothing that serious going on. She told me she harvested a lot of vegetables and such and wanted me to come out and get some from her. But when I got to her place, she told me she wasn't feeling too good, so I made her something to eat. And as time went by, it ended up being 2 in the morning.
What? Is that so? Sean, you've always told me that you can't cook, yet you were able to cook for her? Did you actually make her something good?
Come on, all I had to do was look at the recipe and I was able to make something up.
I see. What did you end up making for her?
What did I make? Just something in the crock pot is all. Why are you asking me so many questions? It's almost going on 3 in the morning now, so go to bed or something.
I was sleeping, but then I woke up for a little bit and was just staring. Then that's when the police started to call me. Thankfully, I left my phone on before going to bed.
Thankfully, huh? That's why I told you to stop turning your phone off before bed each night. Well, it's not like there was really an emergency or anything. I'm going to get ready to head back to my parents' place now. Goodbye.
At this time of night, you're going to drive all the way back to their place? Well, it's not like you can stay over at her place anyway, since her husband isn't home, and that would make things pretty weird for everyone. Have a safe trip home then, and make sure that if you're going to park your car on the road, to be closer to the curb. Hey, where are you right now? I have told you so many times now that today is the day you need to come out and see my mom. Could you please just answer one of my calls already?
What? Is that what day today is? I totally forgot that today was the day I had to go out to see your mom with you regarding our wedding. It's not like it matters to me as much since you only have your mom now, so you should be able to forgive me for being 5 hours later.
You have kept us waiting all day, Sean, and now you're going to say something like that? I was going to try and stop you from going out to drink last night, fearing something like this could happen.
Meeting with your mom is not that big of a deal to me. After all, this is your mom we're talking about here. She's had to be a single mother all your life, so she's pretty much used to nothing ever going as planned. It's not even like she does anything with her life that's worth anything, that idiot. How much is she making at that job of hers again? 1,000, 2,000 a month at most?
What? You have to be joking. Are you not even going to say sorry for being so late?
I'm the one who is hungover right now and has to make my way out to you. I already told you that I'll be there soon, so shut up and wait a little longer for me.
We have all been waiting for you, okay? So how about you stop texting me and just get your butt over here?
Give me another 3 hours and I'll be there.
If you don't get your butt in your car right now and drive over here, you are going to regret everything.
Yo! What the hell happened? Why the hell is all my family here now, too? And why the hell are both of my parents on their hands and knees apologizing?
What? Were you not receiving all of their phone calls earlier? Oh, that's right. You never gave your parents, or anyone in your family for that matter, your new phone number. So they had no way of hearing anything from them. Well, it's not like you'd ever want to hear anything from them anyway, since you haven't been seeing your family at all. What have you been doing all those times when you said you were going to see your parents?
Why are you questioning me about all that right now? I want to know why the hell my family is all here right now. You even have my grandparents here with you. Why?
They all came to pay my mom and I a visit and say hello. After all, the president of the company your dad works for is my mom.
What? Wait, what the hell do you mean by that?
I only learned about this very recently myself. But it turns out that my mom is very close with all of her employees at work. It sounds like your dad and my mom became very close to one another there. So when they both were talking about their kids and learned that they were both having their wedding and everything at the same time, they were shocked. My mom caught on to what was happening then and told me that your dad had been working for her that whole time. But she didn't want to tell him that she was my mother because she wanted to surprise everyone today. We were both really looking forward to seeing you and your family here today to talk about our marriage and this wedding.
Huh? What are you going on about? Why would you keep something like that a secret from me, though?
I needed to because of how much you always looked down on my mom. So I was really looking forward to seeing how you'd react today when you found out who my mom was. I wanted to see what ridiculous face you'd be making when you went into shock. We already told your parents when they arrived here, and that's when we said to them that we were all waiting to see your face when you found out.
You're lying. You have to be. If the call came out here to meet with you guys and me, then how long does that mean my family has been waiting? 5 hours? 6?
8 hours, just like my mom and I. You really are the stupidest of all the men I've seen. My mom tried her best to keep everyone happy by saying that they didn't need to worry about you because she trusted you'd be coming. And thankfully, it seems like all of your family is used to this kind of a behavior from you, so they waited patiently. All while your mom and dad sat at my mom's feet begging for forgiveness.
No way. Crap. My dad, he's very strict with me. If he finds out why I was late today, he's going to rock my shit.
Well, I really hope he does, because that's what you need. Come on in so I can see that happen. We've all had to wait 8 stinking hours for you now, so come in and entertain all of us. You have to do this for us, or else we'll all be asking for our refunds.
Dude, don't tell me. Don't tell me that you've said anything unnecessary to my parents, right?
What kind of unnecessary things are you talking about? Can you please be a bit more specific? I'm sure I've said at least 1 or 2 things to them about you, which they didn't like, but we'll just have to wait and see what their reactions to you are.
Huh? Yo, what the hell did you say? Did you tell them that the reason I'm late today is because I was out all night drinking or something?
Well, of course I told them that. Had I not said that to them, then we couldn't have gotten to any of the good stuff, right? I told them about how I really didn't like the idea of you going out to drink again last night, but you kept telling me you wanted to drink with Rachel. I then told them about how you never came back that night and wouldn't even answer any of my calls or texts. And even when I had woken up this morning around 5 or so, you weren't home yet, so I left the house to come see my mom. And when I tried to call you again, you didn't answer, all because you've been so hungover and nowhere to be found. That's what I told your parents after saying you were coming late because you went and got shit-faced at the bar with Rachel. I wasn't wrong about anything, was I?
I'm not asking you to be playing games with me right now. You're my fiancé. My wife, practically. Shouldn't you be wanting to make me look good in front of everyone?
No, I don't. That would be silly of me, right? You've already been lying and avoiding your family for some time now, so me trying to make you look good would only make this situation harder for me. So no, I told them the whole truth about the man that you are. And I made it loud and clear that it is because of your son that we all had to wait 8 hours for you. I've always been a little bit too lenient with you, but this time I couldn't play nice anymore.
Why would you say things like that? And why would my parents... I'm not going to believe you. How the hell could your single, good-for-nothing mom be a company's president?
You don't have to believe anything I say. The facts will continue to stay true no matter what you choose to think. In order to raise me to the best of her abilities, my mom went back to school for a bit and studied business. She then started a company of her own and from there put it through years and years and years of success. That is why she's your dad's boss now. Unlike you, she chose to avoid things like alcohol to soothe her stress, instead opting for things like playing sports and going to the gym. And she was never late to anything because she was never hungover. She's a very respectable woman and my idol. I've told you all of this about her before, right?
I know you said things like that, but I never expected this. Unbelievable. Please, say something to them. Tell them that something like this has never happened before, and that I'm normally at work or at the house all the time with you. Please convince them to just overlook what happened today.
There's no reason for me to bail you out of your bad habits this time, right? I am fed up with you and your crap, hence why we're not getting married now. And I will be getting a fair settlement from you for all that time you spent with another woman in bed. I hope your wallet is ready for that.
Huh? Don't start saying the most crazy crap right now. What are you even talking about?
Stop playing dumb with me and we can try to talk things out. I already have loads of evidence of what I've said, so there is no escape for you. I know about how you two would come over to our house when I had to work night shifts.
And you guys were doing all kinds of things together, from making out on the couch to taking a bath together to even using our bed to have a little bit of adult fun. All of it was captured on cameras I set up in the house, and I'm even willing to show you that now. I've already gone and shown your family, so there is nothing you can do about this now.
What? No. Wait. What are you doing? I can't even fathom what you're saying anymore. Did you just say you put up cameras in the house?
Yes, I did. Everything you were up to and talking about was really suspicious to me. There were also things like the food I would make and leave for you ending up in the trash when I got home. And about how the sink was always clean and tidy when I came into the kitchen. I knew you were trying to hide something from me, and I needed to figure out what that was.
What? That's what led you on?
That was just what my gut was telling me. I didn't do anything just yet, but then I got that call from the police in the middle of the night. And then the story of how you were over at Rachel's house at 2 a.m. What was wild about that, though, wasn't the fact that you were there, but that you were there when her husband was out of the house for business. I knew something was seriously going on then, so I hired a detective.
A detective?
Well, I really didn't need to do that, though, did I? Because while I was away working night shifts, you both were in our house making love. So that was all too easy for me to get evidence of.
That means you... I'm sorry. I was just confused, was all.
Rachel was so invested in you that she'd send her kids away to her parents' house so that she could be with you. So that you both could come into our house and stained my bed sheets while making love to one another. I'm not too sure you were just confused then, Sean. Considering this happened at least 3 different times.
I'm so sorry, Arya. I'm apologizing to you now, so please don't make a big deal out of this. If everyone started to find out that this is what all led to me losing my fiancé, my wife...
Naturally, I will not be forgiving you for any of what you've done because you're a massive dick, Sean. Because you lacked any form of humanity, I'm going to make sure you're punished. I'll even bring this up with your manager and the rest of that company. All so that your life is ruined, like you almost did with mine. And then, once you've lost everything and have experienced what it's like in hell, I might be willing to forgive you. Sean went and swallowed all of his fears and came into the place to confront his family and mine. And just like he was saying, the first thing that happened was his dad's fist hitting him square in the nose. Watching him squirm around on the ground as his nose bled all over the place was quite entertaining for my mom and I, so we forgave his parents. He then crawled over to me, begging for forgiveness, but I was never going to let him have anything else from me, and so I knelt down next to him and said to go screw himself. A few days later, we were able to cancel the wedding, and I ripped up the marriage forms that we were so close to handing in before I went and got my settlements from both Sean and Rachel. I also made a call to the company Sean's been working for, and after hearing the most unfortunate news from me, he was transferred out of that department and office. He's since been working out in the middle of nowhere for a much smaller department, making around only a quarter of the salary he had before. All I can say to that is, he got what he deserved.